Shitting on my wrist, shitting on the paddock, shitting all the Mars, diamonds in the attic. Next, shitting on these bitches, shitting with my bitches, diamonds in the district, pull up, pop out, rack. Icy on the grip, icy on the whip, icy all them. Fuck it up for the flex. Fuck it up for 10 G's, brand new money teens, LIT. Flex gang is the name.
Hey guys, welcome to Like Literally 2021. It's a new year. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I just had a birthday. I'm so excited to be doing this video. I kind of had my mind set to do this for a while. I just didn't know when it was going to come. But as you all can see, finally, after all this time, and people have been telling me to do it. People have been saying, oh, you should do it. Now was the time. I need you all to turn on post notifications. I need you to subscribe so you can know when we're getting a video and you don't miss one, because we're gonna be coming at you all year. I've always been kind of associated with my hair, so I don't know, I kind of just wanted to do a video talking about the many different hairstyles that I have been doing. I think my earliest memories of really trying to do something with my hair kind of go back to my 11th and senior year of high school. Now, me and my mom was definitely going back and forth over my hair. My hair is too long, it's unprofessional, how am I gonna get a job? Sometimes, like, she would try to force me to cut it and shit like that. I would get my sides cut, but I started telling them, don't cut any off the top. I used to kill a nice flat iron set. I don't know what happened, but I just felt this surge of creativity when I got to college, and I was just like, I want to dye my hair. I wanted to dye my hair blue, okay? So I had my mentor and my best friend at the time. We were all gonna like do it together, like dye my hair, because this was pretty big. I had never done anything like this. Well, first we bleached my hair. Then we put the blue dye on. I was like, wow, this is really happening. We rinsed the dye out, and my hair was green. My hair was green. Okay, I mean, maybe it can work. Like, maybe I can kind of rock with it, right? So I was rocking with it. I was Chris with the green hair. Like, I was Cosmo. Like, that was my vibe for the longest time. You know, I was always an art kid, and I finally got to start expressing it. It started to kind of fade, so it kind of had this yellowish tinge in the front. Spring break was coming up, and I was just like, I'm bored. Like, I want to do something else. And I was like, maybe I can play with the colors. So I was like, I'm gonna do pink, ombre into purple. I remember I used to go back to these photos all the time. Like, I loved the way my hair looked. I loved the way I did it. Eventually the purple had kind of faded into like, yeah, like a magenta, a pink, you know, and it was like kind of like orangey blonde in the front. So it was really giving like a strawberry shortcake type of vibe. So the summer came around, and I was like, you know, I need a refresher. So I dyed my hair purple. So it was completely purple, you know, it was just purple all over. Like, purple was the color. I ended up doing the fashion show that I had that year with purple hair. The picture that I posted, I feel like was like my most liked picture at the time. So I was like, this is definitely working for me. Like, okay. So I was like, I want to do something different. I got back into my color pot, and I said we could play with like honey, brown, blonde. I was playing with like how much color I would put on the bleached areas and stuff like that. Like, it was super cute. I didn't keep it for too long, because at the time I just felt like I didn't really pull off blonde. Ironic, right? So yeah, I turned 20, and I was like, I need something badass and bomb, you know what I'm saying? And so I went with like a blue-ish green. Like, it was like a teal. I just want this mermaid vibe, and I felt like I was really giving it. But then that's also when I started to experiment with like added hair, and I was just like, oh, I love this look. Like, I never had cornrows before. It was my first time rocking braids. Like, I was just like, ooh, I love this. I ended up taking the braids out. I was kind of just doing this like naturally green thing. Like, I was back to Chris with the green hair. Then it was the end of the school year, and we had a big fashion show, and I had this idea to perform formation at the fashion show. And I was just like, I don't think I can give Beyonce with green hair. So I had to go blonde. I had to. And I also ended up going to see Formation World Tour with the blonde hair. After the blonde, I dyed my hair pink. And I don't know, it was really bubblegum. It was curly, it was popping. You know, I have these long curls. Like, it was actually really gorgeous. I had pink hair for the longest time. Every time I felt like it started to get old, I would just refreshen it, you know, get maybe a darker pink dye, you know, put on top of it, just to keep you on your toes a little bit, you know. New Year's came around and I was like, I need something. But I didn't really want to steer too far away from the pink because that's who I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am pink hair. I kind of just went with like blonde on the bottom and pink on the top, you know, like real Nicki Minaj. Then the next day, I actually ended up going rose gold. That was the name of the color. It was matching the iPhone, the back of the iPhone. I was like rose gold. I wanted to start playing with more, so I also was dyeing my facial hair. So I had blonde facial hair as well. Now when I think about dyeing my beard, I'm always skeptical or dyeing any of my facial hair, but I'm glad that there was a time of fearlessness where I can say I did it. So rose gold kind of took me into my 21st birthday. I kind of had like a white / silver lining almost to the hair. So it was like a pinkish white almost. It was really cute. Like, I need something else. The concept I came up with was going from bubblegum Prince to Ice King. I dyed my hair this nice icy blue. Really a hair whiz, okay? Ice King vibes all day, loved it. You know, it was super cute. Blue started to fade and I started to get into this white / gray area. So I was like, let's just make it a thing. Like, the blue was still kind of more so at the roots, but it was like blue into gray. After the silver white, I had another fashion show, and this fashion show I was also doing like a Beyonce medley, because why wouldn't you want to perform Beyonce if you get the choice to perform anything? So I was like, okay, I did blonde hair, how can I do Beyonce? I was like, let's do some blonde braids. I was so nervous because this was one of those things where I said, let's just do it. But I didn't know how it would turn out or what would come of it. And if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be able to change it because the show was like that day, that night. Like, I did some great hair whips on stage, and then it just kind of started becoming a thing. I was like, okay, let's do blonde braids. It was cute. After the show, we got into the summer break, and then I went red. Red was a color I was wanting to do. Rihanna, K. Michelle, they had all made it so hot. So I was like, maybe I can give the same type of hot. I dyed my beard red, so it was like red hair, red beard. I was really feeling kind of Scottish. Where are you from? You know what I'm saying? I went to Miami with red hair. I recreated SZA's album cover with red hair. Oh, I went through a dread phase for my friend's birthday. I went to Vegas and I had these big, long, heavy ass dreadlocks. And when I tell you they were so heavy, they were literally splitting my scalp in half. Like, I could feel them being heavy on this side, and it was ripping my scalp open. Went back pink, you know, toward, I guess, my last days at Georgia Southern. I ended up moving to Florida. But when I moved to Florida, I was like, I've been dyeing my hair all this time. My hair is not as healthy as it used to be. So I was just like, let me just go black. This is the new me. So I dyed my hair black. I moved back to Atlanta. I was doing fashion shows with my black hair, and I ended up getting a Best Model award. So I was like, this black hair is everything. I had a few modeling experiences with pink hair where I felt like I was kind of just discriminated against. Black hair Chris was taking over. I started getting into music a little bit, where I was like, okay, for the video, I want long braids. If I saw myself in a celebrity music video type of vibe, it was with long braids. And I was like, well, this is the moment. It was like a good year and a half that I just wore nothing but braids straight. And I also was always doing my own hair. Let me put that out. I was always doing my own hair. I had the 4 braids, then I started to play with like shorter braids that were skinnier, a little bit wavier. I did super long, super long box braids. I got New York Fashion Week. I had many different braids, but the braids that I wore the most were the long box braids. A long braid a few times, you know, I did a few events with that. And then I started doing middle part braids down the side, they stop right here. So that kind of started being my thing. I was wearing like maybe 8-10 braids at a time. And I felt like that was the most professional braid look I had. Then I ended up doing a shoot with another model. We kind of had this idea to put beads on the ends of our hairs. And that, I feel like, became my thing for a little while. But I always would go through like, okay, I can't just lay down on my pillow. I had to put my do-rag on. A lot of times I would sit on my hair. I would lay down or go to the gym and the beads would be against my head. So I always had in my head that I knew I wanted to get rid of my hair soon, but I didn't know when I was gonna do it. It wasn't until that I had my 25th birthday. Hey, I'm ready for this next chapter. Let's Britney 07 this bitch. And I did, and I feel like it was one of the best decisions I think I've ever personally made. That was my hair journey. We went through hella hairstyles to get to the person I am now, but I really love that I dyed my hair so much because when I think back on my life, I can think of specific events because of the hair color that I had. And I think also me being fearless like that kind of rubbed off on other people, because then I started to see people, you know, dye their hair different colors when they probably wouldn't normally do it, or, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. Thank you for watching this video and, you know, for going on that journey with me. A lot of you have been here with me since the beginning of that journey, and you know all the different hairstyles and hair colors I've had. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube. And if you are new here, welcome. If you're old here, keep coming back. So yeah, thank you. Love you. Sorry guys, no more hair flips. But I can give you a smile.